Hey, everybody. We're coming up on Christmas here, and that makes me think, can I do something special? Um, and that made me think of the game in front of you here, and I'm torn because it's like a super complex thing, and that might mean no one gets anything out of it. I don't know. But it has certain special qualities that to me are like, wow, that's special. So I think of it during a special time. So here we go. We're going to look. The two players are brothers, Mingjiu Jiang and Zhujiu Jiang. Some of you know them, some of you don't. Mingjiu, when he was a child, was a prodigy in Go. Oh, he's just coming up the ranks so fast. No one can believe how strong he is. Oh, he's going to be, our country's, and this is China, the country's poster kid for, get us into the world market and Go kind of thing. And then family's all proud, blah, blah, there we go. And then all of a sudden, out of the blue, Mingjiu's little brother, Zhujiu, out of the blue, just starts playing Go and surpasses him. I can only think how frustrating that may have been. So we kind of have a joke where, when you see Mingjiu, instead of saying, "Oh, aren't you the great Mingjiu Jiang, professional seven down?" Instead, we say, "Hey, aren't you Zhujiu's brother?" And it's just, to me, very funny. So these two are playing. Okay. Let's take a look. Let's start with this A move. Zhujiu's wife, Ru Nai Wei, she was the first ever professional nine-down woman, and she's frighteningly strong. I mean, just amazing. So Zhujiu and Nai Wei studied this A move in depth with, who was it? Like the most famous Go player of the century. Ren Kaiho? No, that's not right. Go Seigen. And they studied it in depth, and their conclusion: A is a good move, which I thought was a hilarious conclusion. But all the same, A. Okay, continuing. Pinch makes sense. Drop down here. Well, that's a little funny to leave the elephant eye at A. So obviously, Juju has read out all of these and all of these and come up with, yeah, go ahead, cut me. Mingju's like, no, can't be done. Okay. It's a really smart move. It's the knight's move, the long knight's move here, with a backup, making it stronger. Plus, it stops black from connecting under because of the diagonal. So a very smart move. And then white drops down for a very aggressive move. So white's got, I took one off. These four moves are the ones affecting the corner, and they look amazingly thin, right? Really thin looking moves, but they're doing a huge amount of work. So extremely efficient. And it brings the question, is it too thin? Let me put that stone back. Or is it valid, right? He's really pressing the boundaries here. Mingjiu drops in. Sorry, and fix the cut as we start to surround. Okay, come out. And now, if black says, no, you can't surround me, let me get on the right button here. Anything that happens, check out that black move, which is the smallest step possible, and the white move, which is a nice long jump that can't be cut. It's an inefficient thing, right? Black's pushing from behind, white's getting out of it. It's just a bad exchange. So the only idea is to come out and allow yourself to be cut and then get back to business here. And black lives in the corner. Not that it's alive, but it's obviously pretty darn healthy. Okay. White gets his weaker group out. Now, both white groups are weak. That is to say, by themselves, they're not ready. But black only has this little cutting stone, so it's not a lot he can do about it at the moment. But white has two groups to take care of. So get out and come out. Okay, check this out. White wants to get A over to B. That's quite a job. So he starts here. Okay, a little bit of a cut, nothing too serious. Still have to get over there, right? A needs to get over to B. So contact that stone, which does help the stone, but then drop down and you got all the way over. Not that it's your cash, but again, in just a few moves, he's surrounded the whole corner, defended his group. It's very efficient. So for me, white has played so beautifully. It's great. I studied with Zhujiu for a while, and one of our games, he pushed me to my limit, and then I'm stretching my mind so hard, and I went past my limit. We went into this amazing go, and I played it right, and I started the fight. And if I had played that one last move correctly, I would have had him. But it was so far above me that I couldn't handle that last move. And but it's a lot of very fond memories. He's a great guy and has a tremendous sense of humor. Okay, so white finishes here, and black starts this. So black's obviously messing with the A stone, but also black's developing center influence to apply quite a bit of pressure on the B group. Well, that's a pretty smart move. White drops in for Miang. He's either going to play a great move at A or a horrible move at B. I mean, really hurting black. So black's got to come out. Come under. Standard pattern here. The cut is to make sure white's going to commit here. Whatever decision white makes is going to let black know exactly which direction to go and how the future is going to be. Black threatens the cut. Now, white has the chance to get in a free move. Not that it's real meaningful, but as we try to run out, any little extra move is pretty helpful. I mean, just to state the obvious, wrong button, just a second. To state the obvious, there's no cut there now. So that extra move was very meaningful, allowed white to jump out further. Okay. Black is supporting his A group as he attacks white. Very natural looking move. Make shape. Notice this group is in question. Now, knowing Zhujiu, I can just see the look on his face. Complete confidence. He knows exactly what he's doing. And I've seen him do this so many times. He'll keep his group barely alive, and we'll see later, it's only alive because there's a ko. And I've seen him do it over and over. They go, I'll kill your own ko. I'll just run away. I'll stop you. Great. Then I'll retake the ko. Oh, I'll take the ko. Great. I'll just run away. I'll stop you. Then I'll just retake the ko. I mean, over just infinite ko threats. He has this. He's really, really good at it. Okay. Let's acknowledge that this is the kind of move we generally don't want to see. Notice it's an inside move. It says, please surround me. We don't see that move often. Instead, we try to break out. And then as black starts to surround us, we use that to our benefit. That's a standard pattern which we see here. And white's doing this thing here. And as the observer, we're looking at the A group going, well, yeah, I could probably get two eyes. Yeah, okay. And so when white plays away, I might feel uncomfortable, but yeah, I can see some eyes in there. Okay. Here, white's going to be defending the A stone. One would think of something like B. But white's also thinking of black's big C area. So I found this move interesting, that white would defend here. Is how much is white thinking of around the A stones and the black gap there? I don't know what he's thinking here, but it's something of an unusual move, which is interesting to me. If black doesn't do anything, white can play a light move at A without a problem. But with this peep, that makes it harder for white. And we're attacking white. Black's able to keep most of his points because of the peep. Fast running move. Notice this black move does not come after the white group. And as we know, when you're not attacked, don't defend. So white's able to play here. Wonderful move. Big, attacks black. Open skirt. Hits the open skirt. Great move. White's not going to play here because this is a really nasty peep. So white makes the shape move. Continues the shape moves. Just before we defend the cut, make it a little harder, which gives us access to the top. And black removes that eye, threatening the next eye. So remove the eye at A, threaten the eye at B. So that can't be an eye because there's two ways to remove it. So we're really starting to limit white's eyes there. We could talk on this game for hours, so I'm just trying to hit the high points here. White has to give that up. And we're back to attacking. Okay. White now officially has an eye at A. And next we're thinking white should be able to work an eye at B because of the Aji at C, we have another stone at D, threatening connect under at E. There's lots that can happen in the B area. But that's only that would be the second eye. And if black takes that away, well, then some Aji up at F. So we're seeing where white's thinking of his second eye. Okay, go for the second eye up here. And black's messing around with white's eyes. Okay. So this says, no, you can't escape home. Now we look at the A group. Well, I'll just use the A. No eye at A, obviously. No eye. I'll leave it down. No eye at A. No eye at B, because there's more than one way to remove it. White's about to get an eye at C. That's something that can happen. And we do already have an eye at D, not an eye at E. So you see, there's all this stuff going on, right? It's getting complex. And white makes sure of his eye on top, which also is really quite large. Black says, nope, no eye there. Okay. So there's no eye at A. Now we cannot get an eye at B. There's two ways to remove that eye. White only has one eye. Okay. Let's have white get a second eye. Not an eye. White's about to get an eye. Black says, no way. Okay. Now I'm convinced that white saw the vast majority of everything we've seen up to here. He was perfectly aware of his eyes, where they were, how many black could take away. And he saw the conclusion, which is the ko in the corner we're about to see. Now, to me, that's amazing that white saw all that. How confident am I in my knowledge of Zhujiu and his ability, and that he saw everything down to the ko? I'm sorry, I'm 100% confident. That doesn't mean I'm right, but I am absolutely confident that he knew exactly it was going to come down to this ko. He planned it from move A. He's going, I've got that ko in the corner. That's all I need. Okay. Boom. All black has to do is live. If black lives, black wins. That's slightly overstatement. Look at this. Look at that move. The 1-2. I've read this out so many times. I'm like, really? It's such a strange move. The reading's simple, but it's so unusual that I have to read it again and read it again. It's like, really? I would never think of that move. It is such a strange move. I mean, I'll just, for the heck of it, Atari, it doesn't work. Okay, well, I guess that's pretty darn obvious. So, Atari, capture, ko. So, white did not get the eye. White only has one eye. But now, also black only has one eye. Co-threat, internal co-threat, so we don't have to seek it elsewhere. Threaten to kill white, because this group only has one eye. Threaten to connect through, and see there's some cuts we can cut black there. Lots of weaknesses here. Trying to come through. No. And here, black resigns, because if black A Well, we'll look at it. And the capture. So white simply escapes, and black has to live in the corner in Gote. So it's just game over. But I thought it was just a deep, meaningful game, especially on Zhujiu's part. And to me, that they're brothers. Just I know them both, and that makes it interesting. And Mingjiu is so strong, but Zhujiu's a genius. So it's like it's just I like all that. Another memory I have, being a Christmas special that I'll share, being at Zhujiu's house, and Runai Wei is there. If you can just imagine, you're at the Nine Dawn's house. I'm feeling like I'm in heaven, right? And Runai Wei's bringing me tea. And I'm like, oh, God, I'll never forget this as long as I live. And so I'm studying with Zhujiu, and there's something I don't understand. And I'm like, can you explain this to me? He looks and he says, no, I don't know anything about that, which I think is hilarious because he could write volumes on it. But he says no. So he calls Now Way over. He says, do you understand this? She looks, she says, yes. And she explained it to him. To this day, I think that's the funniest thing. It's funny, and it's also the respect he has for her was so meaningful to me that he trusts her go and her implicitly. Anyway, so a lot of good memories. Okay, everybody. I may even do another Christmas thing. Who knows? And hope you all enjoyed it. And we'll catch you all later. Okay, bye.